Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video, we have something pretty exciting to discuss, and that is that they now lifted the restrictions associated with characters on the same servers, and your ability to create multiple characters on the same server. So, let's have a look at the post first. As of today, we will be removing the restrictions on the number of characters a player can have on each server. Some examples of things you can now do after this change are: create multiple characters on one server, transfer fresh start characters to a world where you already have a character. Please note this does not remove the restrictions on the max number of 3 characters that players can create per region. We hope this will allow players more flexibility to play their desired servers. See you in Aeternum. So guys, this is an interesting change for sure that presents all kinds of interesting possibilities. 3 times the daily faction missions, 3 times everything. You could also make 2 alts and start them at level 1 and play through the story and funnel the coin rewards to your main. You could store materials on these alts now, opening up the very limited storage space you have on your main. 3 times the daily cooldown materials. The only obvious limitation to keep in mind will be that you can only have 1 character per server PvP flagged. So be sure to keep that in mind so you don't accidentally lock out your main. So why would they change this now? I've seen so many speculations on the forums and Reddit, and really everywhere. The game is dying, they gave up, all the regular stuff people post. Now, why do I think they did this? Well, as many know, but no one was talking about, after they enabled transferring off of the Fresh Start servers, they made a slight error. Normally when you transfer, you couldn't transfer to a server where you had an existing character. Well, this didn't apply to Fresh. Any character you had or made on a Fresh Start server bypassed this limitation and you could transfer them all to one server. What I think happened was, upon discovering this error, they either didn't know how to fix it, or so many had already transferred, they just threw their hands up and opened it up in the name of fair play. I could be wrong, of course, but it's how it looks to me if you consider the timing. But whatever the reason, I think it's a great change, and it only really serves to benefit the players. What do you guys think? Another thing I would like to mention is player numbers. I know some people are obsessed with this topic. It's often used as a way to instantly win arguments over choices devs make. Really anything. People simply post the Steam charts and say, "Here is my evidence," and then mic drop. Now, I won't pretend the game is healthy. Obviously it isn't. And it has many problems the devs still need to address. But I do want to share some interesting information. So, before I show you this, I wanted to share how I sort of see this whole thing. The Steam charts post concurrent players, as you guys know. This means this is how many players are playing per hour at the same time. It's as simple as that. Well, as I am sure you have experienced, oftentimes your friends aren't online. Then later they are. And I'm often not online, but then later I am. You get the idea. So when the Steam charts show that the game has 18 to 24k concurrent players, basically 24 hours a day, this doesn't mean that the game has 18k players. Do you actually believe 18k people are eternally logged in? Or is it more like 10k players are hardcore sweats who stay logged in most of the day, and the other 10k concurrent is a constant flow of players logging in and out? You see, this is how I always felt about it. So I turned to some people who are much smarter than I am, and I asked them if they could shine some light on this maybe. So they did. So if you look at the site that they're currently working on and is under construction, you will see this number here. This is how many unique avatars have played the game and done something recorded by the leaderboard since February. It's a slightly higher number than I'm sure most of you expected. It certainly is higher than I expected. And I am aware that some of these could be alts. I mean, I have a couple. But are we honestly going to sit here and say that every one of the 20k players has 8 or even 10 alts? This is highly unlikely. So again, I'll say, there is a lot more nuance to a game population than simply taking the concurrent player numbers on Steam and saying 18k people play the game. Anyway, just something I thought might be important for you to consider. I don't think New World is dying anytime soon. I also do think, however, that it needs to be worked on a great deal. And we shouldn't white knight ever and just accept mediocrity. We need to continue to hold these devs' feet to the fire and keep them accountable so that the game that we love will continue to improve and develop. Well guys, I just wanted to share this information. I know I found it pretty interesting. I hope maybe you will too. And as always guys, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.